Patience Jonathan's 15 domestic workers detained since 2019 over missing jewelry continue defense in court on Thursday. What are they defending? Since 2019, this missing jewelry, these people said they are not the ones that stole it. But they are still defending themselves. Now, wow. To be worker now for rich people, no be small thing, no. Since 2019, and this woman has refused to let them go. Meanwhile, it was people that broke in. There's no assurance that it was your workers that did anything. No evidence, nothing, but they are still defending themselves. Now, wow. The 15 domestic workers who have been languishing in detention since 2019 over allegations of stealing jewelry belonging to former Nigerian First Lady Patience Jonathan will return to the Bayelsa State High Court on Thursday and Friday to continue their defense, Sahara reporters has learned. A source on the case confirmed the upcoming hearing, saying most of the defendants are prepared to counter the prosecution's narrative and expose the contradictions in the evidence presented against them. They are going to court on Thursday and Friday. They will continue their defense. This time, most of the defendants will prove before the court how they were not connected to the allegations leveled against them, the sources told Sahara reporters on Wednesday. They will also be taking advantage of the contradictions in the prosecution cases against since the court has ordered accelerated hearing, the source added. The ongoing trial, which has now dragged on for nearly 6 years without a single conviction, has continued to raise public outrage with renewed focus following Sahara reporters' earlier expose revealing brutal torture tactics allegedly used by the Nigerian police to extract forced confessions from the accused. During a recent court session, multiple defendants gave detailed accounts of the inhumane treatment suffered at the hands of the police officers allegedly acting under the direct influence of Mrs. Jonathan. Now, according to his source, who witnessed proceedings, the first defendant, Vivian Golden, testified that she was arrested on June 23, 2019, and passed between various police stations before landing at the now notorious Operation Puff Adder Unit. Which one be Operation Puff Adder Unit? Where her ordeal worsened. She was hung and beaten seriously, can you imagine, by police officers just because they wanted her to admit to an offense that she did not commit. They were paid by the complainant, Patience Jonathan, to do so, the source told Sahara reporters. Now, wow. Golden's disturbing account was corroborated by fellow defendants Vincent Olabiyi, Emmanuel Aginwa, and Tamonosiki Achese, who also told the court how they were subjected to physical torture and coerced into signing pre-written confessions. Can you imagine? I should say I did something when I did not do it. Which kind of thing? They were brutalized by OC Chris and his officers. They were hung upside down, sustained machete wounds, and were threatened with indefinite detention by CSO Collins Otutu, the witness recounted. Wow. All 15 accused, Williams Alami, Vincent Olabiyi, Ebuka Cosmos, John Dashe, Tamunokoro Abako, Sahabi Lima, Emmanuel Aginwa, Erema Deborah, Precious Kingsley, Tamunosiki Achese, Salome Wareboka, Sunday Reginald, Boma Oba, Vivian Golden, and Emeka Benson have been detained at the Okaka Correctional Center in Yanagwa since their arrest in 2019. Sources insist that the prolonged detention and snail-paced trial have been deliberately orchestrated by Mrs. Jonathan's legal team led by Ige Ashimodara and Samuel Chinedu Maduba. The two lawyers have been accused of intentionally delaying proceedings through a pattern of flimsy excuses such as sudden health issues, can you imagine, unavailable witnesses, and suspicious adjournment requests. These two lawyers have been handling this case from day one, and they have made sure it drags endlessly. One of their witnesses took nearly 2 years to testify. It's all a game to break the accused mentally and physically, a court insider disclosed. Another source alleged that the prolonged trial is not a matter of pursuing justice, but a tool of revenge and punishment deployed by the former First Lady. The aim is to frustrate the process to keep these innocent people in prison as long as possible. It's an abuse of the legal system, the source noted. Following Sahara reporters' investigation and the growing public backlash, The Bayelsa State High Court was recently forced to order an accelerated hearing in the matter. So if not for people that are now concerned about it, they will not want to do accelerated hearing. Even if after they've done the accelerated hearing and possibly they find them guilty and all of that and they are sentencing them to court, they should just count the amount of years those people have used in prison and just minus it. And even if they are found guilty, they cannot be spending 6 years in prison. But at 3, what did they even do safe? These people did not even steal anything. For them to not have confessed to doing it for the past 6 years, for the past 6 years, they should do accelerated hearing, That's why the gravity of the allegations, neither the police officers named in the torture claims nor Mrs. Jonathan has been summoned to answer for the accusation. No be Nigeria with it. Raising further questions about accountability with Nigeria's justice system. You people know that there is no accountability anyway. There is no accountability anyway. Who is going? So they want to question her. Nobody is going to do that. Not be Nigeria. Abdulnura says the wife of a peace ambassador, no be small thing. Bolo Sunday says, who reported the case for her? I'm just imagining her say, my English no balanced. Well, she doesn't have to speak in English. She be it's her state, Bayelsa. She probably must have spoken a language to them. She doesn't have to speak English. Victoria Fene says, is this not the same person EFCC was running after? What be Nigeria with day? Adetula Shegun says, wife of their mentor. They said Jonathan was the best thing after jollof rice. Well, sometimes your wife is the weapon fashioned against you. You know now. Sometimes your wife, the spouse that you marry, don't let me say wife because it can swing both ways. It's the kind of spouse you marry, is the weapon fashioned against you. It will either make or marry you. Who knows if Jonathan has told her to release those people and she's like, no. And people will always say that, oh, she's the one controlling Jonathan. She is the husband, Jonathan is the wife, and all of that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it is well, Casey Amogo says, even patients don't get patients again for this country. Ibrahim Sanusi Mohammed says, detained since 2019. This is serious and abnormal, very abnormal. Very, very abnormal. 6 years without convictions, nothing. It is well, Uge Mike says, but jewelries have no wings to fly out of the missing now. The workers know something about the missing jewelry. They said people broke in. They said thieves broke into the house. And according to what I read, it was as if those people were not even around when the issue happened. Okay, even if it's not all the 15 of them, even if, let's say, there's somebody, some of them know about it. It can't be all 15 of them that will know something about it. Maybe some do know about it, but they're adamant. They will not want to confess. And then the other, all of them will be suffering. They'll say, I will not confess. So that when they are done with the trial and they are released, they will now go back to the loot that they looted. But I don't even know. You should just release those people. Since 2019, it's well. My listeners, over to you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.